Hello, everybody. What a great Pixarspective we have for you today. I'm Random Bystander here.
I am the world record podcast speedrunner, The Wash.
Oh my god, after that, who the hell am I?
We are gonna go
I'll tell you who you are. I can't let you. I can't let you.
So we're talking about Toy Story 4 today, but oh my god, let me be the one to say how hard of a time we had setting this up.
Oh my god, everything was against us. First off, I'm not able to get off of work until like 7 o'clock. And they originally, I didn't tell you guys this, they were like, hey, can you stay a bit later? And I'm like, no!
Good.
We have this on recording.
It was only 15 minutes later, so it wasn't that bad, but I thought we were going to start on time. So, little did we know, like 20...
That in the middle, that 20 minutes before we were about to start the podcast, I would get a mandatory Windows update that took an hour and a half that everybody else got a week ago.
Yes. And then, to make things even more annoying, all of a sudden we are testing things with Wash's Discord, and he's just like, it sounds like, how do I put this? It sounds like
robot voice? I don't know what it sounds like.
William Shatner going through a tunnel.
Oh my god. How savage.
That's what it sounded like.
That's oddly appropriate.
And it was a problem with Incredibles 2, and it's thankfully not a problem with us. So it was so much of a problem that we usually do these calls on Discord. We're not doing it on Discord anymore. We're doing it on Trello.
Well, the thing is, we're not doing anything anymore because we're near the end. We have this.
Yes.
This is the last Pixar film. We already talked about this Pixar film, and then we just have a wrap up.
Yeah, a wrap up, a final ranking.
Yeah.
Can I make a proposition, fellas?
What's the proposition?
Since we already talked about the film, I would kind of like to continue where we left off, because if you don't remember, one aspect that you two guys really liked about the movie that I wasn't super keen on was the ending. And that was kind of a make it or break kind of deal. So, going out of order, hella out of order.
Oh, hell.
Instead of starting with our experience and the opening,
because we already have those recording.
Yes,
yeah,
we already have those.
let's start with the ending and make our way from there. What do you say?
Agreed.
Okay, I agree.
However, I will say, we do have our initial reactions of thoughts and opinions in another video that we uploaded a while ago. Which in
another audio episode as well, because this is an audio form.
Yes, it's an audio form now.
Random recorded a plug just for the plug.
Yes, exactly. So
exactly.
Yeah. Either way, put it in the end. Put a card there. Watch on YouTube. Let us if you could do that with the audio form we're doing it with.
No,
do that. Okay. Well. Yes. Either way, there's another thing you can listen to so you know our feelings on the film more. But yes, starting with the ending of all things.
Yeah. What did you guys on second viewing? What did you guys think about the ending?
Okay. So my
you go
thoughts,
first, Wash.
Okay. Yeah. My thoughts are I am ambivalent to not that into the Gabby ending. Like the way that it kind of sent off. Like, it just felt like, I don't know, something about that just felt like, was that all we could do?
Like, what happened to Gabby?
What happened to Gabby was that she got taken away.
Spoilers!
What do you mean, spoilers?
Oh, yeah, spoilers, but not that this hasn't been the case for every other movie, but...
Yeah.
Okay, like, to be fair, this, like, just now came out on, like, on the streaming service.
DVD and Blu-ray.
I was recording. The part where she gets rejected, like thoroughly rejected. That stuff is great, and there's some real like heart wrenching stuff. It's just that from that point on, it was like, hey, come on, let's take you to Bonnie. Even though it's like, how do we know that Bonnie is gonna like Gabby? And then it's like she gives herself over to a lost little girl. I guess the stuff like that just rubs me the wrong way because it's like, it's a doll from the 50s, and like any kid would just like see this as an antique. and maybe creepy.
Yeah, definitely creepy.
And that's nothing.
Yeah.
Another thing, Gabby, as we have talked about in the previous episode, probably the best. Was one of the best characters in Toy Story. Probably the best.
In Toy Story 4, you yeah.
Like think back to like, I don't know who's close to the inner turmoil of Gabby in any of the Toy Story films.
I guess Woody in Toy Story 4.
I wouldn't honestly.
I noticed more of a parallel between the two in the second viewing.
Yeah, I would say that Toy Story 1 wasn't necessarily a very deep, thought-provoking movie, but Woody's conflict and his growth and his ultimate exception of Buzz being the new favorite toy, which fortunately for him didn't work out that way because Andy realized how much he missed Woody. So much you can say about Toy Story 1. I really haven't been doing that movie enough justice. But they really had something going there. I would say, if anything, Woody in Toy Story 1 would be it. He would be the one that really went through more than Gabby, but that's it. Just Toy Story 1 Woody. Not even 2 Woody, and the movie was about him.
Exactly. Like Gabby was just such a strong... This second time around, once I was able to, because the first time I watched this, all I was thinking is, okay, when's the twist? But now that I had that out of the way, I thoroughly enjoyed Gabby. She soared this time around.
I think it's the same reason why I enjoyed the billionaire in Incredibles 2.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the billionaire from Cars 3.
Cars 3, baby!
No way.
Cars trip never ends, baby!
I gave him a Texas size offer.
That's the only reason I will like that billionaire. But
that's the only reason I'm gonna shoot him in the face.
Oh my God.
I'm still like, it's like my body's shut down every time I think about it. It's gonna shot in the face.
God, same though.
I can't go on.
But yeah, I was saying I enjoyed the billionaire in Incredibles 2 better the second time around because I knew he wasn't the twist. When I watched the first time, I'm like, he's the twist. Here comes
well,
the twist,
okay, but the thing is, the kinch in the armor of that is, even though it's just one line, it's the line that just really bothers me each time I watch it.
Memento.
Like,
yeah,
that
it's
was
like,
just made to be a red herring. Like,
yeah, with
Gabby doesn't have anything really like that.
First off, she's kind of the antagonist, quote unquote, right off the bat. Like, it doesn't take long for her to get creepy.
That's what it is at first, but especially the second time you watch through, you like especially the way that she acts. It doesn't feel like a oh, I'm suddenly gonna be the evil one just to be a red herring.
No,
like the billionaire in Incredibles 2.
This one, it's still Gabby.
Yeah, exactly.
She's Gabby through and through. That's her. She's a character.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what what I have to say. I was also a big fan of Gabby, but upon reflecting on Toy Story 4, I really enjoyed having a villain like her, but I did kind of lament that we didn't have a more traditional kind of villain. Not because I didn't think the movie needed one, but they're fun, and it's not necessarily a problem with the movie, but definitely it would have been fun to have one. But honestly, on the second time watching, I had a ton of fun with the Benson dolls.
Oh my God.
I had a ton of fun with them this time around.
He's terrifying.
Just watching them.
I just love the noise he makes. Thank you, Benson.
Yeah. They were great. Every time they were on screen, my first time watching, the whole thing was, oh, they're creepy. But now, I was just laughing. Yeah, I really like what they did with them.
They're funny. They're very funny. Though, we weren't really talking about the ending, are we?
Yeah, that's what I meant when I first asked, but Gabby was actually a very good place to start. I do agree with Wash that her resolution didn't feel like the way she was going, I guess.
I think that, because I was watching another video by, I believe her name is Jenny Robinson. I hope that's right. It was a YouTube review of Toy Story 4, and she noticed that, the whole, that Gabby's arc had been, she was born defective, essentially, and all her life, for all these decades, she thinks like, if I just fix my voice box, then everything will be perfect. And then she gets the pristine voice box, and she's working for the first time in her life, and it didn't work, and it's crushing, and obviously it's crushing. And then where do you go from that? You go from that defect. Well, if it weren't for the fact that we fixed the voice back, the little girl wouldn't really give you the time of day. So maybe you should change how you were born. Yeah, and it was
it's weird.
Yeah, that's and I'm stealing that whole stuff from that video because it's a really good video. And it was a really good point that like, where do you go with that? It's like that was the conclusion of that. And then the conclusion you're talking about. I assume you're talking about when they're meeting up for the final time with the gang, right?
Yes.
Right. Woody and Buzz, great. Especially because Buzz has been a constant presence throughout.
And also, he's been a constant presence throughout, but he was idiot in this movie. At that point, the idiotness kind of turned off.
That's what I noticed. I noticed that he suddenly became like he was an idiot, and then he said like really thoughtful things that like, she'll be okay, Bonnie will be okay, and it's like, where were you?
That did not fit with the buzz of this movie.
No,
at all.
And
that fit with Toy Story 3 Buzz, like like around the Spanish Buzz and evil Buzz.
I think this is Woody's story, and they just did not know what to do with Buzz.
Yeah,
and they just gave up on the gang.
Oh yeah,
entirely.
If anything, Jesse flattens the tire, and they.
Which I still don't like that, by the way.
And
that still rubs me the wrong way, by the way. It's not good.
just like the sheer cost of that. Yeah.
And also,
how everyone's saying, "Oh, it's such a good thing that she popped the tires." No.
the dad spent all day on that too.
Yeah.
Also, how the gang almost sent Dad to jail, which even though was bad, that joke of threes was great.
Dad's going to jail.
No, let's send Dad to jail. Oh, can we send Dad to jail? Dad's totally going to jail. It's just beautifully executed. That's the only thing I remember about the gang. That's it. And that's just Buttercup.
So there was one thing. I'm just gonna read one thing. And this was at the very beginning, and of course, it's probably my favorite character of the gang. It's when it's during the moment when they bring out Forky, and you can hear Rex say, "Look how long his arms are."
Yeah, you can.
Rex was so underutilized. They were all so underutilized. It didn't feel like they knew what to do with the old cast, so they just brought in a bunch of new people, which.
Same song as Toy Story 3.
But at least with Toy Story 3, everybody was like present throughout the film, and everybody was.
So you know what Toy Story 3 had, as not crazy as I was about the prison setting, and I'm still not. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but do you remember the escape scene when everybody contributed?
Yeah,
they had
exactly.
that going for them at least.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
It's still a flaw with Toy Story 3. But it's still something. And
they're not a hive mind.
Yeah, something is absolutely better than nothing in this case.
That is a great way of putting it, Random. They're not a hive mind, because that's what it just feels like right now. You have Woody, Buzz, and the gang.
The gang, yes.
Yes.
Like it didn't even necessarily have to be Jesse that was popping the tires, or like you could really
it could have been anyone.
You could have swapped so many of the different like scenarios, like pulling the brakes, becoming voicing the GPS, things like that. Like really didn't. Aside from like tiny little like character moments and personality moments, you really didn't need all of this. And especially because there was some characters within the gang that just stopped showing up. Like Mr. Pickle Pants, he's gone. Like
he's only in the his last line is he's a spork.
that's
the last line I remember.
Wow, yeah.
And that's in the very beginning of the film.
And like Dolly is there.
Dolly's last memorable line is, "Why is everybody jumping out the window?"
Yeah.
When I
enjoy this line of thought that we're going on, but
we keep not talking about the ending.
Well, the ending. I'm gonna word it this way. Do you? I know this is gonna probably spark a discussion, but that's why we're here. Haha. Do you two think the ending worked? I have made up my mind. I've seen it a second time. I have a solid, definitive answer.
I
think it worked for Woody.
Yes.
And that's pretty much it.
This felt like Woody's story more than Toy Story in general. So, like, it felt like him just, like, separating to do his own thing. And it works for his arc, but I'm not sure I like it for Toy Story itself.
Because the arc of everybody else, even Buzz, even what, like, he's supposed to have that like, he has this whole, like, inner voice arc. But like, aside from that, everyone in the gang who's not Woody and not Forky, I guess, their arc is a flat line.
Yeah.
They don't have any growth or peaks or valleys. They're there.
I didn't feel any emotion when they were all, like, hugging each other goodbye.
Absolutely not. That was
Except-
Toy Story. That was honestly, you're probably gonna disagree, but I thought, as far as like nostalgia pandering went, I thought that was worse than Toy Story 3.
It felt like they were like, we tried this, we did it before, we can't top 3. We're just gonna rush it. Here we go. The only one that matters is Buzz and Woody saying goodbye. That's the only thing that matters.
Like, do you remember when this was when it was getting, like, tiring? Like, when Woody takes off his badge and hands it to Jesse as if it's some grand moment.
You are Captain America now.
And I get what they're going for, because when Bonnie took the badge off of Woody and gave it to Jesse gave it back, and this is Woody saying, "Now you're the sheriff." But that would only work if Jesse had any kind of development, and she didn't.
Exactly. That would only work if Jesse had some sort of want for the badge, and then she receives the badge.
Or hell, if they even were just like made her more of a leader, like, but even then, Dolly's more of the leader than anything. So
yeah.
She should maybe have the badge. She should have technically gotten it by the movie standard, but that didn't work. But I understand they were going for it. I don't like their use of the old characters at all. Except for Woody.
I'm gonna. Sorry to cut you off, but now is a better time to say it because you're talking about how you liked Woody. I don't think the ending worked for Woody. That thought that I had at the end of the last time, where I said I would get back to it, it confirmed watching this again. This ending, I do not think works for the character. I do not see Woody abandoning his child at all. He is the kind of character who likes to help other toys, yes, but you see way too many times in this movie, even with Bonnie, not just Andy. With Bonnie, he loves being played with by Bonnie, and not being played with 3 times is not enough to deter Woody from staying with the child. That was not the case with Andy. You see, this was so bad. In the montage at the beginning of the movie, you see, first of all, that kid looks nothing like Andy. I
had that in my notes.
Oh
yeah.
my god!
But I didn't bring it up because I thought I might have been remembering it wrong. I'm not remembering it wrong. He looks nothing like Andy. But anyway,
no, he doesn't.
But anyway, in the Toy Story 3 montage, you see Bonnie go, "My cowboy," and she loves playing with him. So the idea that Bonnie would just stop playing with a toy that she likes that much, when I was a kid and I was around other kids, and when I'm around kids today, kids don't, for toys that they grow any kind of bond with, I don't really see them letting them go. Maybe, okay, they don't play with them every time. And if the movie was about Woody kind of stepping down from being the number 1 toy, kind of like Toy Story 1, except unlike Toy Story 1, he never gets that back. I feel like that would have made a lot more sense. Forky would have been the favorite, and I don't think this ending works for Woody because I don't see Woody as someone who would abandon a kid. He helps lost toys, or not even help lost toys. None of the toys were lost. All the toys that he helped because everything Woody did from Toy Story 1 to Toy Story 3 was to make Andy happy. And then once Toy Story 3 rolled around, that transitioned to making Bonnie happy. And I don't think it works. I don't think this ending works because it implies Woody doesn't care. Well, let me reword that. Woody doesn't care enough about Bonnie to not be with her. He lets her go. I really don't think that's the kind of character he is.
Well, I would disagree because I think it's the message that was going for at the end was that like he was putting so much of his value to other children, to Andy and then to Bonnie, that like once he like he was no longer number one, but like, and I mean he's been through this before with Toy Story 1, but like he goes along with that, but it's just it wears down on him, and so Bo becomes a way to demonstrate that he can still make children happy.
So this is something, I don't know if I mentioned this when we were talking about Toy Story 4, but I kind of felt it the first time, and I really felt it this time, so I wanted to bring it up. But before I get into that, do you remember the whole point of Woody in Toy Story 2, first of all? Being there for the kid? First of all?
Yeah.
So here's my thing with Toy Story 4. Toy Story 3, for the big problem that it had, was that it required you to watch the first two Toy Stories, and that's really the only way you could get a lot of enjoyment out of it. But Toy Story 4, and I feel like this is where we're going to get into a discussion, not an argument, but I really feel like Toy Story 4 only works if you haven't seen the other Toy Story movies.
That was something that the reviewer talking about mentioned, with that Toy Story 4 kind of ruins the other Toy Story movies. Everything that they were kind of building up for was like just about like making Andy happy, or about making Bonnie happy, or like making a little kid happy, and then it's this final one was like be your own you, and it completely goes to a different direction from all the other Toy Story films.
Exactly, and then not only that, but you have stuff like the original cast not being used, Buzz being an idiot for no reason.
I mean, the original cast not being used, that was just unfortunate.
I mean, that was way unfortunate, but it's also...
It was probably why they just ended it the way they did, because it's like, there's no way where you can just keep this going with a dying cast.
Yeah, honestly.
But here's my problem. I see the way this movie ends. I remember people saying, oh, there's no way they can make a Toy Story 5 now. There's totally a way they can make a Toy Story 5. I see more potential for a Toy Story 5 after this than I did with a Toy Story 4 after Toy Story 3.
Honestly, you're not wrong.
For all the problems... Sorry, just let me finish, then you can go. Sorry. For all the problems I have with Toy Story 3's ending, and I still have a lot of them, if it did one thing really, really well, it ended Toy Story. I stand by that. I think it did a great job of ending the story. And then Toy Story 4 happens, and it's just like, we don't need this.
What if it's like Marvel, and it's the next... what is it called, where they like... say it's like the next, not season, but like the next phase of Toy Story.
Yeah.
I'm joking, of course.
Toy Story returns to town.
The Toy Story expanded universe.
Toy Story.
Oh no, not expanded universe, please.
Oh my god, it's just the whole next couple movie trilogy is just Toy Story and Bo Peep, and then at one point, Woody and Bo Peep leave in the third in the sixth movie.
Woody and Buzz, Civil War,
and it winds up being Andy's son. Buzz turns out to be the twist evil villain because he's corrupted by Bonnie's toys.
Please end this
she
now.
Forgot about him. What?
End this now.
No, they're gonna do it. They will. I mean, if it weren't for the fact that Pete Docter said we would be done with sequels for a while, I would be worried. I would agree that there is more potential for a Toy Story 5. If it weren't for the fact that Pete Docter said there wouldn't be any sequels.
I believe in Pete Docter.
I believe in Pete Docter too.
I believe
But if
in
it was anyone else,
I'll say this much: I believe in Pete Docter more than I believe in the movie.
and let me just say, I kind of disagree again with the movie's message about the movie's message is about like doing stuff for you, being your own person, and not putting your self-worth and based on others in a way. And I feel like with Woody, it can work depending on how you look at it. I thought it worked back then. I still kind of think it works back now. However, I would be lying if I didn't say it left a sour taste in my mouth. And it's probably because, like you said, I agree Toy Story 4 kind of ruins the other Toy Story movies. I do agree with you when I say that. I knew it was I was worried it was going to. I think I said it didn't when my first impression, but now it as a solo film.
You know what I will say? You know what I will say? I agree that it definitely harms Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3. Maybe I just hold this movie in a higher pedestal than I remember, but I will still say I think Toy Story 1 is fine. I don't think this does much to harm Toy Story 1. It's more so once Toy Story became a thing that was more than just one movie. That's kind of where Toy Story 4 kind of starts harming it.
Yeah,
I think Toy Story 1 mostly gets away scot-free.
Yeah,
I was
honestly,
going to say that that this felt more like a sequel to Toy Story 1 than to Toy Story 3.
Yeah, and the problem with that, actually, is that it's not a sequel to Toy Story 1. You don't have Andy. You don't have most of Andy's toys. Really, all of Andy's toys, come to think of it, ha ha ha. You have Bonnie. You have Bonnie's toys. So it's just, what? Did Toy Story 2 and 3 just not happen?
Do you think...
Especially in Buzz's case. Oh my god, especially in Buzz's case.
Do you think that the ignoring the Buzz stuff, because obviously not, but do you think that the stuff where Bonnie gets less attached to Woody, do you think that stuff would have worked without Toy Story 3 if we had if we had somehow made some like a jump, like let's honestly say we do like we go to Toy Story 1 and then 20 years later we go to Toy Story 4. It's not 20 years later. It is.
Yeah, and it just like years. And the film starts like with the flashback, and then it does a montage transition.
It starts with that flashback, and you see where they've been through. Oh, they've gotten passed around to another kid, but the kid is not as attached. Like if we didn't get the context of Toy Story 3, do you think that the Bonnie stuff might have worked better?
Maybe. I'm gonna believe it or not, I will actually lean towards yes. My problem is that Toy Story 4 goes out of its way to show you a part of Toy Story 3 where Bonnie loves playing with Woody.
Yeah.
Because I think as a movie, Toy Story 4 worked. But and here's where my biggest issue lies. As a sequel, I think this does not do it right. If this was an original movie, because I'm going to be perfectly honest, I am so sick and tired of seeing toys sneaking around. Toy Story 1, great, brand new idea. Toy Story 2, oh my god, the ways that they did it were so funny. Toy Story 3, it got inventive. Toy Story 4 did nothing new. I am so sick and tired of seeing toys sneaking around.
But the skunk.
I was gonna say, like, I guess this time around that the toys are in control of the prison, but no, that's Toy Story 3. Like the Benson's like watching over everyone in the antique store.
It wasn't even Gabby is a better yet worse Lotso. Like,
I think she's better than Lotso. She's better.
I think she's way better than Lotso.
Well, better than Lotso is in character development, but when it comes to being a villain, no.
Well, she's not a villain, and I'm fine with.
Exactly.
She's an antagonist. We actually had this discussion last time. I remember.
She's an antagonist.
She's not a villain. Yes, she is an antagonist.
I have in my notes that the true villain of Toy Story 4 is that book that came with the Gabby toy that said that Gabby and it's because of that book, Gabby had just been fooled for her entire life that she has to have tea time.
That is amazing.
I was gonna say that.
Legitimately, I love that. Unironically, that's
they're
incredible.
the real villains here.
Like, honestly, like, when that book came out, it's like, that's insidious. It was just marketing,
Gabby.
and she bought
Damn you, 50s, damn you.
it.
Gabby is a victim.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Am I wrong,
She
or
is
am
a
I
victim.
wrong?
No matter how you look at it, she is a victim.
She is.
She is.
But yeah, everything like that reminds me of Toy Story 3. I don't like about anything that reminds me of the past Toy Story movies. I'm not a fan of, except for Woody. Woody is the only thing I kind of like about this film. That's from Toy Story. From the Toy Story
I kind of like Bo
franchise.
Peep.
Oh yeah, Bo Peep.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
I was just gonna say, yeah.
But to be fair about Bo Peep, she's went through a complete change of character.
Oh, drastic, yeah.
Drastic change. She's nothing like Toy Story 2 and 1.
I love Bo Peep a lot, but I would not call her a returning character.
No, not at all.
That's a good point.
Even when during the flashback, she acts completely different.
That's true, yeah.
Granted, she looks cool, but completely different.
I'm fine with the because like the original design is
The original design is and even the character's kind of meh. It's just
I'm
a love
fine
interest
with,
for Woody.
I'm fine with the change up.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But again, I can't call her something from the original trilogy because
I mean, the original trilogy, like in the original trilogy, she was the only female character among all of Andy's toys, and the only thing we can really say is that she's really flirty with Woody, and she's a voice of reason.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And it's like, okay.
This one she's adventurous, she's smart, she's cunning, she knows her way around, she's a thinker and a planner, and she also adores Woody, yes. But
Exactly.
that's not just her.
Exactly.
She is awesome. She's one of my favorite characters in the whole. She's probably my favorite character in the whole movie.
You know
If
who
not Duke Kaboom.
So actually, I have this to say about Duke Kaboom. The character himself, I actually don't have much to say on. I thought he was like really underutilized, and they could have gone a lot farther with him.
Yeah.
But Keanu Reeves, we are so blessed to have this man.
Oh my god.
Honestly, like this time around, I was
Rajon.
physically listening, and I could not hear the Keanu Reeves. He nailed this so hard.
He is so funny in this.
He's so funny.
It really, I was just like, wow, the character is whatever, but the performance is like
What's
out of this world.
Rajon.
Every time he said
I'm
Rajon,
sorry, Rajon.
every time he said Rajon, I had to stop the movie. It was just like-
This is for you, Rajon. And especially like he had so much trauma over this Canadian, like this French Canadian kid.
Again, I'm gonna compare this to Toy Story 3, but with Chuckles. It was a serious backstory about like how him and Lotso were abandoned, and it led to the like corruption of Sunnyside. With this one, it kind of almost spoofs that, and like it was just a commercial.
It's just a commercial. I really like.
I had a kid
really
once.
And that made it funnier for me.
I really love that Keanu Reeves delivers the line. It was a Boxing Day, which is totally normally. Like, of course he would say Boxing Day normally. He's Canadian. It wouldn't be Christmas. It would be Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And it's not. I mean, that's not just a Canadian thing, but yes.
Well, yes, yeah.
Yes, we Canada.
Honestly, I love Keanu Reeves.
He's
I just love
absolutely.
him.
Yeah.
It's so great. It's so great.
And you know what? And can I just say, Duke Kaboom, that's plenty of comic relief for me, honestly. I am still not that into Bunny and Ducky. However,
honestly,
they wore their welcome to this time for me.
Yeah, they really forced their way into the story too.
Yeah, they did.
Oh man,
it just felt like, let's get Keaton and Peele in a Toy Story movie.
It wasn't until afterwards, as I was doing some research, because I found out that all of that stuff was improvised between Key and Peele, and that was when I realized what my initial issue was that I thought that it was them trying to write like African American vernacular. Do you know what I mean? Like a screenwriter trying to write all that out, and it was just like, oh no. The fact that it's improvised makes it a little better. Trouble is, it just felt like really forced. it felt forced then, and it felt really forced now.
There's some times where it works, but it's not because of them. Like, the key scene kind of dragged on a lot.
Oh my god, I really thought that this time.
The key scene paid off, but like the payoff was just like it, like they're thinking of all these outlandish ways, and then just like, how are we gonna find that key? It was very hard, very hard, very, very hard. I don't know why that made me laugh, but only because of the dumb punchline.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was funny that they were making a big deal out of how to get the key, and then she just puts it down right in front of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, that stuff was pretty good. It was just
but that wasn't because of too long. It was way too long.
Yeah.
Like the improv, the improv stuff just felt like they didn't know how to make it funny, so they just thought like talking really quickly would make it funnier. Like when they're going through the behind the covers and they see the sheep and they go, oh man, that sheep has 6 eyes. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, look at that sheep. Oh, I'm gonna have nightmares. And it's like, okay,
all right,
we didn't need that.
Yeah,
the only thing that I noticed that they have like any involvement was that they threw a baseball to help that distracted that little girl and make her look over to the Gabby Gabby doll. That was it. That was all I could see of what their purpose was. They were just dragging along for this. There were the extra hands. One point to this, I noted this in the first time, and I still like it. That hug that they have when Ducky thought that Bunny was just a pile of fluff, and they have like it's okay, I'm right here, and it's like that felt really nice. I really liked that, and I liked that wasn't played for laughs at all. It was just like two friends will just say that they really love each other, and they've just been through thick and thin, and they hug, and there's no joke, there's no haha, men hugging, men being bonding towards each other, none of that. I like that.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
but yeah, definitely did not like them as much the second time.
Same. We are running a little low on time, so there's one big part of the movie that we haven't talked about. I think we're gonna stick to this and then get to the final thoughts. What did we think about Forky on this go?
I still loved him.
I still love him.
I am going to be perfectly honest here. My first time when we first did the podcast, I did not give him nearly enough credit. I'm just gonna say it outright. I think Forky was the best part of the movie. Him or Bo Peep for me. Him or Bo Peep.
Bo Peep was great, but what Forky, and I know this is gonna sound really weird, especially because you two don't really agree with my sentiments, but Forky felt the most Toy Story to me.
That's a very good way of putting it. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I think the only thing that his arc ended like right at the Act 1 mark, at the Act 2 mark.
Yes.
Like he was already like, Bonnie's over there. We should probably just get going. Like his arc is already done. His arc is already done.
His arc is already done. He's just hilarious though.
Exactly. He's just really funny, and he just has some bonding with the Gabby Gabby. And that's great.
Yeah, if anything, he helps make Gabby Gabby more sympathetic.
Absolutely. And it's so weird because he's mostly a comedic character. I love when Woody's calling for Bo in the antique store and Forky's just going Bo.
Like it just felt like some weird.
It's just stupid noises, but it's just so funny.
I think that was improv, but it worked.
Yes.
I'm gonna quote this line. There's like towards the end where it's like he had this plan. It's like, listen, Forky, I need you to go over to the merry-go-round, and Forky said,
what is a merry-go-round?
The spinny ride with lights and horses.
Oh, you mean a carousel?
Yes, yeah, carousel. Yes, meet the carousel.
I love that.
Yes, to find a carousel. Because you could tell he is intelligent.
It was like a triple bait.
The thing is, did Gabby Gabby tell him about the carousel? Because that would make sense.
That has to be it. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
I think it was just like part of the joke. That like he was acting dumb.
I totally buy into the idea that she mentioned the word carousel. He asked what it was, she explained, and nobody ever bothered to say the word merry-go-round.
That's possible, but I'm just gonna go for it was just part of the joke, and it was just funny that like he's been playing dumb for the entire thing, and then he nailed it at the final part.
Oh my god! And he remembers to tell him too.
yes, he does. For my money, the best part of the entire movie was Forky jumps out the window, Woody goes after him, Woody finds him, and they're walking back to the RV.
Yes, that was such a good moment.
That was the best part of the whole thing.
Oh my god, yes, I wanted more moments like that.
I hate to say this again because, I made a good sounding point and I don't want to regurgitate it, but it felt like Toy Story to me.
It did.
Like it was just like two characters talking. Yeah.
Yes. And it was great. I love when Forky asks Woody to hold him and he doesn't, but then they bond and he holds him on the way back.
He's carrying him.
I love that. He carries him.
Wait, so he thought Andy's room was a planet?
Yes, they bond. They bond over how much of an idiot Buzz was in Toy Story 1. That's perfect.
Oh my god. That would have been so annoying, right? That was my... Okay, I take it back. Forky's my favorite.
I think it's I would have to really think of it, but honestly, I really like Bo Peep, Forky, and Gabby Gabby. Gabby Gabby especially.
I like that
the
and
second time around.
And Duke Kaboom. Those four.
Duke Kaboom is underutilized, I feel.
Duke Kaboom is Keanu Reeves.
Duke Kaboom's Keanu Reeves. Exactly. Duke Kaboom is the free space in the bingo card.
Honestly. There's one character we didn't really talk about.
We didn't talk about in the first time?
Much.
Oh,
not
I know who you're talking
much,
about.
But she's more Bo Peep's sidekick, if anything.
Oh, Giggle
McDimples. Again, just.
I liked her a little more the second time around.
I did too. Like, there wasn't a point where I was like, ugh, this character.
I like the line that she had about He-Man.
I remember that. Oh my god.
I like that too, yeah.
That was cute. Now all you need is He-Man and Toy Story 5.
No, don't. God. Stop it.
Well,
no.
Okay, the timer ran out, so we're ending this on there being a Toy Story 5.
I don't want there to be, but should we do a final thoughts, or are we just going straight to ranking?
I think we should do a final thoughts just because, at least in my case, they've changed. So
Yes.
I would definitely think it's good to do a final thoughts. Who would like to go first?
I'll do it. Why not?
All right. Stage is yours, Random.
So, final thoughts about Toy Story 4. It's definitely not as good as I remembered it being when I first saw it in the theater. It seems there is a such thing as a theater Pixar syndrome where you just fall in love with a Pixar film in the theaters no matter what. Because I love this movie a lot more than I did last time. There are some things I really like about the movie, especially when you put the movie on its own. However, when comparing it with the rest of the trilogy, its faults are bigger and definitely more noticeable, especially with the ending. I don't mind the ending too much, but at the same time, I can see why it's a slap in the face to those who love the trilogy and to Woody's character of like not abandoning his child or anything. I get what they were going for. I hate that the characters are underutilized from the trilogy and they're just a hive mind. Arguably even more than Toy Story 3. I don't know but there's a lot of things I really like about Toy Story 4 that I remember. Duke Kaboom, Bo Peep, Gabby Gabby is the better villain. If you could even call her as a better antagonist, and Forky. God, Forky, he's hilarious. I liked it. It has a lot of problems that I don't like. Definitely did not cause me any pain when watching it, and it does have some problems, but I still can enjoy watching it. One more thing. We didn't talk about this at all, even though we referenced it in the beginning.
Yes, I know what you're going to say.
You gotta love Randy Newman making one last song. I can't let you.
I will say that actually, when we saw it for the first time, I was like, no, not Randy Newman. But this time I was like, all right, Randy Newman.
Yeah, I was happy. I can't let you. I can't let you. I can't let you throw yourself away.
It's so blunt.
It was so blunt. It was so great to hear a song about throwing yourself out.
It really reminds me of Strange Things Are Happening.
It's better than Strange Things. Both in the best and worst way.
It's just as blunt.
I think the gospel part makes it. I can't let you.
I can't let you.
That if it weren't for that, it wouldn't be better than Strange Things for me. I just like that better. We didn't talk about it, and I thought we should.
I like this better the second time around. The stuff like the Ducky and Bunny, I'm still not thrilled about. Gabby did so much better the second time around. And I was also really surprised watching this how quick it felt to me. And I don't know if it was like I really can't say it, but it was like even though it's longer, it's a really standard length, like 100 minutes or something like that. It really flew by. It was really well paced, I felt. Obviously, there's like character stuff and stuff, but it felt like it was moving at a really constant pace, and I liked that. Not so much on the ending, of course. That was that's the Achilles heel there. Love Porky. I slightly disagree that it's gonna be an opening for Toy Story 5, simply because like the whole one of the most memorable things about Woody was his voice box, and it is gone. So I disagree about that. And the final note that I want to end on is that I didn't get to mention was that in the kindergarten orientation, when the Bonnie goes up to the teacher, she says, "Hello, I'm Miss Wendy." And what I was thinking, why does she look familiar? And then I realized I was confusing her with Void from Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2. Same face, same hair, everything.
Oh my god!
Yes, I'm so glad you brought that up because I would have forgotten. But
We
I thought
found
the same
Void's
thing.
secret identity.
So those are my final thoughts. Let's finally go with the KirbyFan.
Oh, this is the last one of these we're doing. I'm so sad.
I know.
And I really hate to end this on a negative note. So I will say this. I think the movie is good, kind of. I think it depends on how you look at it. If you look at it as a standalone movie that doesn't have the number 4 in the title, I think it works okay. I think as a Toy Story movie, it kind of flanders, but it's fine, sort of. Because if you look at a lot of the parts individually, they really work. I really liked Gabby and the Bensons. I really liked Bo Peep. I really loved Forky. I loved the message that the movie was going for, but just a lot. When you put it all together and call it Toy Story 4, that's kind of when a lot of my issues start arising. And even then, all the individual parts I don't necessarily think worked. You look at Duck and Bunny. Not bad, but not that great. Duke Kaboom I didn't think was that good. It was really mostly just Keanu Reeves that made that character. There's a lot in Toy Story 4 that I'm just very ambivalent towards. The ending I still don't think worked. I'll say this much. You two thinking that the ending works is not wrong. That is perfectly valid. I get it. It's not what I think, and I want to like Toy Story 4 more than I do. I see that there actually was effort put into this, and I appreciate that, but I don't know, it didn't really sit that well with me by the time the credits were rolling.
Did I interrupt you? I'm sorry.
You actually, believe it or not, you didn't.
Okay.
Finally, after 20 episodes.
Wait.
Finally!
Yay! I
You
went
did
through
it.
an arc.
Went through a better arc than Buzz did in this movie.
I did. My question is for all of us. Do you think this film relies on nostalgia more or less than Toy Story 3, and why?
Less.
I think this film actively relies on you not having nostalgia for the other Toy Story movies.
That's a good way of putting it, yes.
If you do, you'd realize how many things don't work.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, we wanted something that was less nostalgic, so we got it.
Be careful what you wish for, because I'm going to be perfectly honest. I actually would take the Toy Story 3 approach over this.
I wouldn't have that sappy ending. And now that sappy ending is kind of worthless. Maybe that's why I hate it.
Hey, you know what? Totally fair.
Yeah.
All right. let's rank it.
Oh my God, we're doing
is
this.
We're doing this the final movie to be added until Outward comes out.
We haven't even been recording this for an hour.
That's weird.
All right,
Okay.
let's do it.
So,
It's time to do the rankings from the bottom up, and this time you're doing it, Watch, because I did a decent time, but I'll let you do it for tradition's sake.
so as is tradition, I'm going to read our average as of the last episode from the bottom up. Cars 2, then A Bug's Life, then The Good Dinosaur, then Cars 3, then Ratatouille, then Brave, then Monsters University, then Toy Story 3, then Dory, then Incredibles 2, then Toy Story 2, then Cars, then Toy Story 1, then Monsters Inc., then WALL-E, then Up, then Finding Nemo, then The Incredibles, then Coco, and at number 1 is Inside Out. And obviously I have to mention that Monsters University and Brave are tied for worthless. Whatever amount. I don't have the number in front of me.
Here we go.
Yep. I'm honestly getting like fluttered.
It's kind of sad.
Let's just appreciate the what we have and what we're going to have in front of us, much like Woody and Toy Story 4.
Agreed.
Taking it from the bottom, all three of us, of course, have completely different bottom films. I doubt that it's going to change this time around. I have Cars 2, Kirby has A Bug's Life, Random has The Good Dinosaur. I think it's better than Cars 2. Kirby, do you think it's better than Bug's Life?
I am going to save the big Bug's Life ramble for next time. So all I'm going to say for now is yes.
Okay. Random, is this better than The Good Dinosaur?
Yes, yes, definitely. Oh my God, yes.
Honestly, if you put Good Dinosaur above Toy Story 4, I'd go, I can't let you.
I can't let you put but never mind.
Moving up.
Throw the list away.
Moving up. You two have Cars 2, second from the bottom. I have Cars 3. Random, is this better than Cars 2?
Yes.
Kirby, is this better than Cars 2?
Yes.
And I think this is better than Cars 3. And going up from there, I almost want to say, like, can we, like, is there a point that we might have to jump up? But we've been doing it like this for this long.
We only jumped up for Inside Out. I think.
For Coco.
Coco
too. Coco. Yes, we jumped up. Did we not
Coco,
jump?
we had to. Coco, we had to.
That's true. Yeah, we actually did have to because it was getting like way too much. We all just loved Coco so much. Okay. So third from the bottom, Random and I both have A Bug's Life. Kirby has Monsters University. Kirby, is this film better than Monsters University?
Yes.
I think this is better than A Bug's Life. Random, do you agree?
Yes, it's better than The Bug's Life.
Fourth from the bottom, Kirby, you have The Good Dinosaur. Random, you have Cars 3, and I have Brave. I think this is better than Brave. Kirby, is this better than The Good Dinosaur?
So, don't worry. I think it's better.
Okay.
Don't worry, Random. But already, I had to think about it.
Really?
Really what it came down to was that Toy Story 4, even though it doesn't work as a sequel, at least it almost works as a standalone movie. Good Dinosaur was a trip, but it didn't work.
Thank you.
Okay. I think this is better than Brave. And Random, is this better than Cars 3?
Despite the no billionaire to billionaire in Toy Story 4, I think Toy Story 4 is better.
That's the only thing it has, and that's mostly an inside joke.
Yeah.
Freaking good one, though.
Although apparently there's a Cars 3 video game on the Switch.
There is.
Oh man! Me and Random were looking at that the other day, and there's a snapshot on the eShop of Mater with a missile shooting at somebody, and it's like, it's Cars 2!
Oh my God,
it's the
real?
only acknowledgement of Cars 2.
I'm not kidding, this is real.
It's real. Go check it on your...
When you think about it, go to the eShop, look up Cars 3, and find that picture of Mater. It's totally Cars 2.
I'm so glad we're ending the Pixarspective so far with Mater news.
Yep.
Okay, moving on up. Now I have The Good Dinosaur. Kirby has Cars 3. Random has Ratatouille. Random. Is Toy Story 4 better than Ratatouille?
This is where I'm starting to have to think about it now. Skinner's funny, but sorry, Remy ruins it for me. Toy Story 4 is better.
Okay.
I thought I immediately remembered Remy and then I was like, Toy Story 4 is better.
Okay. All right.
Ouch.
Okay.
Thank you, and he thanked us for the meal. Thank you for the meal.
Oh, right in the stomach.
Oh, I don't feel so good.
Mr. Linguini, I don't feel so good.
And he turns into like Parmesan cheese.
Instead of dust, it's Parmesan cheese.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Okay.
We did it. Did you do it, Linguini? Yes. What did it cost?
Everything.
Every cheese.
Everything. You must be joking.
It's instead of a girl, it's just Gusteau.
It's Gusteau. Oh my god.
That's how
Did you do it,
Gusteau
Linguini?
died.
Yes.
That's Pixarspective, everybody. Good night. See you next time.
Where did all these jokes go for the previous 20 episodes?
It's honestly, like, we're actually having fun now. This is good. I was so negative this episode. I like having fun.
Oh my god, this is why the rankings are so great. You shouldn't skip the rankings to see which one is best.
Honestly, I've been watching a Pixarspective a ton. Rankings, best part.
Honestly.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Kirby fan, is Toy Story 4 better than Cars 4? I mean 3.
Oh, Cars 4, that'll happen. So I have on my list that I like Toy Story 4 more, but Random brought up a good point. Toy Story 4 doesn't have billionaire to billionaire. I have to change now. Toy Story 4 I think is better than Cars 3, mostly just because it's kind of funny. I think Toy Story 4 personally didn't really I have no attachment. Cars 3, the only reason I have it this high is because of personal attachment. So maybe this is just kind of the objecticism in me talking. That's probably not how you say it, but whatever. But honestly, on a personal level, Cars 3 did kind of resonate with me a little more. But you got to pick your battles between Toy Story 4 and Cars 3. Toy Story 4, better movie.
Okay. And I definitely think this is better than. I'm gonna be honest. You both have been saying this is where it gets tough. It's still not been getting tough for me. This is no question. Toy Story 4 is better than The Good Dinosaur. Good Dinosaur is funny as hell, but as I said in the Good Dinosaur episode, I didn't have any connections with character, and that's a big problem. We did bring up that the vignette stuff, that I kind of like that, except that it didn't work in terms of character. So right now, no, Toy Story 4 is definitely better.
You know what we didn't bring up? When Gabby had been abandoned and Woody was talking to her, and he held out his hand, he said, Bonnie's waiting. And then he said, "Come on, Gabby."
Come on,
Gabby.
I don't even want that stupid kid anyway.
That's the last time we get to make a joke like that.
No, we still got the finale.
Oh man, don't think I didn't hear what you said, Wash. I was talking. If I wasn't, I'd be screaming laughing.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked that, even though it slipped under the radar.
I'm so sad it did, honestly.
Okay, moving up then. Random, you have Toy Story 3, and Kirby and I both have Ratatouille. So, Kirby, let's start with you. Is this better than Ratatouille?
A part of me is happy that you started with me, because my answer is no.
Ooh, really?
Remy is not a good protagonist, and I know I have plenty of problems with Ratatouille. I know what I say about Ratatouille, but I don't know. Ratatouille, at the end, I thought it worked, even if...
Thank you for the meal.
Yes, I know. But you know what? You know what Toy Story 4 had that was just as bad as narration? The inner voice.
Good point.
And I said it before. My biggest thing with Toy Story 4 is just that, again, as a movie, it's fine. I guess as a standalone movie, I might even prefer it to Ratatouille, but it's not a standalone movie. It's Toy Story 4, and I think the franchise was done with quite frankly, the franchise was done with 2, but 3 managed to at least be a movie that I watched and was like, all right, it's over, and then it wasn't. And I know Random holds that against Toy Story 3, and I totally understand. You have every right to. I hold it against Toy Story 4, not Toy Story 3. I do know that after Ratatouille, I have Toy Story 3. So despite what I said in the last episode where we talked about Toy Story 4, where I said, oh, it's definitely better than Toy Story 3. No. Toy Story 3 is better. Toy Story 2 is better. Cars is better. I prefer Ratatouille.
Huh?
Okay.
Cool. All right. It's amazing how time changes things.
Yeah, what was it, 3 months?
Yeah. That's all it took.
Yeah, 4 months. It's crazy.
All it took was us watching, I think.
I'm so sad that I watched this movie again. If I didn't watch this movie again, I would have been like, man, this was better than Toy Story 3, and that's a good thing. Now, it's like, all right, it's
I think you
better
said
than Cars 3.
You said on the record in the last episode that you thought this was much better than Toy Story 3.
I did. I did. I definitely did. And,
You did?
And honestly, like, a part of me even prefers Cars 3. I know Toy Story 4 is better, and I know that enough to rank it above, but a part of me does even prefer Cars 3, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
But I will at least put it above Cars 3, don't worry.
Okay. Well, okay, I guess we'll go for me then. This still isn't hard for me. Toy Story 4 is better than Ratatouille, honestly. It wasn't tough. I didn't care for Remy. That's the main character. Didn't really work. I like Linguini and Skinner like a ton. And I can definitely watch that movie again just for those two. And like all the great like physicality in that. I like the designs of the humans in Ratatouille. I don't think we really got to appreciate it back then. Like going from Ratatouille to how young Andy looks in Toy Story 4. There's like personality and character to the more cartoonish design, and we don't have that. But despite what I'm saying,
you do prefer Toy Story 4, right?
No.
Yeah.
Despite all that, I already said it. Remy, like Woody in Toy Story 4, and Woody in Toy Story 4, Bo Peep in Toy Story 4, far better. Skinner, Skinner is the better villain, but also he's mostly just a slapstick villain. Gabby
He's a Looney Tunes
is
character.
a fantastic character, and honestly, I would just pick that over. So no, it's still not tough for me. Random. Now you have to rank within the Toy Story franchise because you have Toy Story 3. Is Toy Story 4 better than 3?
It's funny. I thought Ratatouille was tough, but this wasn't too tough. So I might have to go through my rankings again. But as of now, I think Toy Story 4 is better. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The main thing is probably Gabby versus Lotso. That's probably the main reason. And I just because Gabby is, like you said, is a defined character. Lotso just seems like a bad prison warden. Like, And he's diabolical, yes, but where's your kid now, Sheriff? It's just that he doesn't grow. Like, if Lotso turned out to be, like, actually help them in the end and was, not a psychopath, maybe it would have been better.
If it was easier for you this time around, that might be a sign that you have to change your ranking.
I'm probably going. Send me a list of the full ranking when we're done, because
Sure.
I have a feeling I have to change a certain order.
Oh,
But
gosh. We'll get to that when we get to that.
when we get to that. But as of now, Toy Story 4 is better than Toy Story 3.
All
my
right,
opinion.
so we're moving on up. So now I have Toy Story 3, and Random, you have Brave. Is Toy Story 4 better than Brave?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, Merida! Sorry.
That's not even a line.
I know it's not, but that's the thing. I don't remember much about Brave, but I remember Forky.
That's
Wow, that is a bizarre segue.
That actually really works as a segue though.
Because that's all I remember about the film.
Come on, Merida. That's not
Yeah.
even a quote from the film. Yeah, but I don't remember anything about the film. That's why I like Toy Story 4 more. That's wonderful.
Yeah, honestly, because I remember the witch. I remember Merida and the bond between Merida and her mom. Eleanor, that's her name. Oh my god. And Fergus, that's the father's name. Okay. But other than that, yeah. The story also, I still think the story was better in Toy Story 4 and less, or at least less jumbled and less out. I don't know. I just think that I like the story better in Toy Story 4 than I do in Brave.
Okay. All right. Now me. Again, this wasn't hard. Toy Story 4 is definitely better than Toy Story 3.
Yay!
Much of the same reasons that you had said. And I just enjoyed myself more this time around. Like the Toy Story 3, I guess like the middle part of Toy Story 3 just started to sag a bit and just felt like, I don't know, it didn't feel as well paced. Whew. Alright, moving up. You and I both have Monsters University. So I will start.
Thank you.
This wasn't hard. Even though I really liked Mike, and even though I love the ending, I always have to remind myself of two things. A, bully. B, that the middle section of the film sagged a ton. And then wham! We went with this really, really great ending. I love that. Not enough for me, honestly. There's just beyond Mike Wazowski and the ending, there really wasn't that much to save the film compared to Toy Story 4.
So you're saying with a movie with better substance and a not so good ending is better than a movie with not a lot of substance and a good ending?
Well, it's yeah, sure. I guess you can say it like that because even though the ending, even though it was a weak ending, it didn't feel like it dragged. That's my personal take. If it doesn't apply to you, then it doesn't apply to you, of course.
Well, as you said, ask the question.
Now, random, is Toy Story 4 better than Monsters University?
A part of me wants to say Monster University was better than Toy Story 4, but if I did say that, I'd be a real jerk. Because I'd be lying. Toy Story 4 is better.
We're bringing that back. It's like it's like we're having like a Pixarspective reunion. Everything is coming back.
I was waiting to make that joke while you were doing that whole thing, and I was like, please don't make that joke. Please don't make that joke. Please don't make that joke.
You know what? We really ought to do like a live episode, and we gotta stream it on the wall_e Twitch channel.
Oh my god. But yes, I think Toy Story 4 is better for a lot of the reasons you said. The bully, the middle section. Gabby's Tough Hard Time's better than both Bully and Hard and Scrabble Bottom combined. I almost said her right name, and then I changed it. and the middle section, I've been a real jerk. It's almost is worse than Idiot Buzz to me. The ending's great, which is something, but then again, I don't mind the ending too much in Toy Story 4 either. So, I like Toy Story 4 better.
Okay, moving on up. So, I have Finding Dory. Random, you have Cars. Random, is this film better than Cars?
Oh, this is where it gets tough. Like, this one I had a tough time choosing.
Just know, Random, that if you pick Toy Story 4, you don't have to be sorry.
This may change when I do a whole rank through again. But right now, I'm going to say, despite Buzz being stupid, Toy Story 4 is better than Cars.
Okay.
I'm not going to apologize for it.
All right.
Good, about time.
So I have Finding Dory. It's still not difficult. Dory, astounding protagonist. Might be one of, if not the best protagonist of Pixar. Trouble is something important.
Something important.
Moving on up. I have Incredibles 2. Random, you have Finding Dory. I'll start. This is definitely better than Incredibles 2. I wasn't all that into Incredibles 2 when I was watching it, even though I did enjoy myself a decent amount. It just felt just kind of disjointed, honestly. Toy Story 4, for the issues that it had with like the gang and stuff, I was still just enjoying myself more. Now, Random, you have Finding Dory. Is Toy Story 4 better than Finding Dory?
Really? I'm not sighing because of choosing. I'm sighing because of that pun. And I'm sad I didn't think of it. I'm sad I didn't think of it myself. Okay, so again, a little tough. Very tough to think about. I know it's weird how it's not getting tougher for you, but something important. Toy Story 4 is better.
You're using something important like it's a flaw with Finding Dory or something.
It is a flaw. Marlin and Nemo is the flaw.
Marlin and Nemo are definitely a flaw. That's a microcosm
Talk about
of the
not
flaw.
utilizing characters. Oh God.
Yeah.
At least they utilize Buzz a little bit, even though he's dumb.
Yeah, he's dumb, but he's like an active part of the
He's
story.
used. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. At least there's no. You don't see Buzz going Uru, Uru, Uru.
Moving upwards. So I have Cars. And Random, you have Incredibles 2. And you know what? I just noticed that, like, I've been making fun, and yet I have Cars ranked higher than Random does.
You do? What the fuck?
That's really weird.
I don't know. I guess it's because, like, everyone just sees Cars as cars. So I just kind of join along, even though it's not that bad. I'll start. No, Cars is not as good as Toy Story 4, mainly because of Lightning McQueen. The townsfolk I did like, Mater was funny, and I liked some of the friendship stuff. I just like nothing. I guess like a big part of what's making this like so easy for me is that like aside from like Dory, there hasn't really been anything here that's been as close as Gabby Gabby. Like Gabby Gabby blew me away the second time around.
It's something they knew they did with the Pixar villain. Or antagonist, rather.
Yeah.
That's the reason why Toy Story 4 is probably climbing up there. Or at least,
But yeah.
We keep saying villain just out of force of habit.
yeah. Well, you aren't saying twist villain, at least.
Oh, thank God. Finally.
yeah, it's about time. Now, Random, is this better than Incredibles 2?
I'm sorry, Kirby fan.
No, I won't apologize.
Okay, I'm not sorry. It's better than Incredibles 2.
Wow. I'm sorry, Kirby fan. Don't apologize. Okay.
I was in the middle of drinking. I almost spit that out.
I'm so sorry. Actually, unironically, I'm so sorry.
There's some good things about Incredibles 2, but I don't know. The villain, and they don't rely on a baby with random powers to solve the climax.
Mm-hmm.
Toy Story 4 is getting higher than I thought it would be.
Well, this might be a good challenge then, because right after this, both of us have Toy Story 2.
Fuck. God.
Do you need time?
I need time. Give
Okay.
me time.
I'm gonna have a hot take here. Toy Story 4 is funnier than Toy Story 2. Even though I didn't like Bunny and Ducky, Forky, all these different like sight guides with Woody and Buzz. Like, I honestly laughed more during Toy Story 4 than I did with Toy Story 2.
Gee, you had to bring that up. I just want to quote Toy Story 2 while I can.
However, the strength of Toy Story 2 was Woody, and to a smaller extent, like, to Jesse, and then to, I can also give some credit to Buzz and the gang. Because there's the A plot of Woody and Bo Peep. There's a B plot, I suppose, of Buzz and the Bunny and Ducky, but then that converges over. And then I guess the B plot was the back at the RV, but it shows up for that shows up for 5 minutes through the whole film.
I would disagree. I would say the B plot would turns into more like Forky and Gabby.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's probably stronger.
That's what I would put. And if anything, there's a little C plot with the RV.
Yeah, it's I really wouldn't call the RV a B plot. It would definitely be a C plot. Forky and Gabby, definitely.
But even then, they kind of intermingle with each other, and they all feel like they're necessary.
Exactly, and I didn't feel the same way with Buzz and the gang versus Woody and the gang.
I think I answered my own question by helping you explain it.
Oh no! Have I been convincing you this whole time?
No. On one hand, Toy Story 2 is funny. On the other hand, Toy Story 4, I agree, is funnier. It does use a lot of great sight gags. It has a lot of funny stuff that made me actually laugh out loud, while Toy Story 2 didn't as much. However, it uses the characters from the previous Toy Story franchise better than in Toy Story 4. Rex and Ham and Potato Head, Slinky, Buzz all have better roles in this. But at the same time, Toy Story 2 has Stinky Pete, who was the first brand of twist villains and started the trend with Pixar and was not that great of one to begin with. But it also had Al, who was just a jerk. A real jerk. And
how did Rancid put it? The ever-warming presence of Big Al.
Yes. So there's so many things that falter Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 4. And it's so hard to choose because of so many different factors.
Yeah.
Fucking Gabby is making me choose Toy Story 4 over Toy Story 2. At this moment.
Yeah?
It may change. Yeah, Toy Story 4 is better, in my opinion, but very, very slim.
Okay. And we're both moving up once more. And now, this is the part where it got hard for me. See, you have Monsters Incorporated, and I have Toy Story 1. This was where it got really hard for me. In fact, it got so hard that I didn't get to reveal this, but about an hour before we started, I did something I haven't done since the beginning of the podcast, which was watch Toy Story 1.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Because I needed to have a refresher because it's been so long, and I worry that it's kind of corrupted over all these months. Upon rewatching Toy Story 1, I can say for sure that young Andy definitely changed in Toy Story 4. In fact, he changed. Like Toy Story 3, Andy is more on model than Toy Story 4. It is jarring. Another thing I can say is the perked my ears when Mr. Potato Head said, "I hope Sted pulled your voice box out, you creep."
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
He was the villain all along. He's been paying Gabby on the side.
You just see Gabby rip off like her head, and it just Mr. Potato Head pops out.
Money.
Prepare to meet Mr. Angry Eyes.
But like following from that, Toy Story 1 is incredibly quotable. And it is good. It is still a very good film. It didn't have the height of Gabby Gabby. It did have a better ending. It did have a better conclusion for the characters. Surprised that I somehow forgot that Woody and Buzz both have these really thoughtful moments with each other. There's some real like vulnerable dialogue between these two, and it comes together with friendship, and it's great. And the way it ended is hilarious. And the Hakuna Matata.
Only because I haven't said anything. I'm like dying to talk because I'm so bored. I think Toy Story 1 has the best ending of the Toy Story movies.
Yes. As we were discussing, it crept on me that, yeah, that ending, that's a big problem. And so, ultimately, Toy Story 1 is better than Toy Story 4.
Finally!
Finally,
we have something wedged in between.
40 minutes!
Hey, I'm not done yet.
Finally! Someone else is done! Finally! Okay, Random, you're up.
Okay. Random, you have Monsters Incorporated. Is Toy Story 4 better than Monsters Incorporated?
It's a tough one. It's a very tough one. Yes, Gabby could be 3 out of... The Gabby is the reason Toy Story 4 has been climbing up. Gabby is 10 times better than Randall. I will say that. Without
a doubt.
Without a doubt, no matter how much funny it is that he squints, but that's only because of Monsters University. You guys don't have to wait long. I think Monsters Inc. is better.
Okay.
I am free.
Hold on, I think I should explain.
Now wait just a darn minute.
Oh. I think that while they use Woody well in this movie, and Woody and Bo Peep are sort of a nice duo together, I like Mike and Sully as a duo in this one better. While the monster world isn't as fleshed out as it is as both the antique store and the playground in Toy Story 4, I like Monsters Inc. as a setting better. Gotta come down to the ending. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I like the ending in Monsters Inc. a bit better, just because you actually feel like a vulnerable moment as Sully says goodbye to Boo, who he has grown a huge attachment to, and realizes they'll never see each other again. Yes, the factory shut down, but they find out laughter is more powerful than scream, and Sully's taking over. But you see Mike has made the door back together, and he just opens the door, and he just goes Boo, and you just hear Kitty, and just see Sully smile, fade to black. Well, yeah. Toy Story 4 got higher than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
For both of us. Not for you, Kirby fan, but for both of us.
No way.
For you, it went under Toy Story 3.
Yeah. It's this is the opposite of Cars. I'm dragging Toy Story 4 down instead of dragging Cars up.
Alright. Well, oh my god, we did it. We've ranked every single Pixar film.
Oh my god, and we actually did it right this time.
Yes.
There's possible change up with Random, because some of the films
and maybe with you two. Maybe with you two. We'll see.
I am not gonna lie, almost switched Ratatouille and Toy Story 3, but then I started thinking about it and I ultimately didn't. But I almost had a rank change today.
I've been having some thoughts about the Monsters Incorporated versus WALL-E. So far I have WALL-E above, but it really is like razor sharp, and it's I'm not so sure. But let's get this over with.
Did I ruin the tie?
We have our final average ranking.
Unless I change things.
Unless you change things. From the bottom up, for the final time. Cars 2 at 5 points. A Bug's Life at 7. The Good Dinosaur at 10. Cars 3 at 11. Ratatouille at 18. Monsters University at 19. Brave at 20.
No!
Toy Story 3 at 21.
No.
It's gone.
No.
Finding Dory at 29. Incredibles 2 at 32. Toy Story 4 at 32.
No!
Yes! I did it! I made a new tie!
You made a completely new tie!
We lost one tie and got another.
Oh my
Toy
god, I am so relieved.
Toy Story 2 at 36. Cars at 37. Toy Story 1 at 42. Monsters Inc. at 45. Wall-E at 47. Up at 52. Finding Nemo at 53. Incredibles 1 at 58. Coco at 59. Inside Out, by average, is the number one Pixar film at 60. I'm just gonna say that I did this calculation while you were talking about Monsters Incorporated, and I was trying so hard not to burst out laughing once I saw that we made a completely new tie.
Can you do me a favor? What is the tie for? Is it a tie for 10th, 9th, 11th?
It is a tie for 11th.
Oh my
It's a
god.
tie for honorable mentions.
It has been a pleasure ranking these films with you two.
It really
Are we gonna
has.
do a finale?
We are okay. Yes. So we finished up all of the Pixar films to date. We're going to have one final episode where we are going to throw out this average ranking, and we are going to have to make a consensus. What are the best and worst Pixar films? And considering that we all have completely different best and worst, this is probably going to be a trip.
This is going to be a trip.
It's going to be a
Oh.
trip.
But
Hopefully,
so we're going to do that, but there are a couple other things that we're going to do. In particular, we got to talk about what's next for the channel.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. Yeah. I'm very excited about that. I'm also excited to have a project that finishes.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well, I can't believe to say this, but we are almost done with Pixar.
Cause think about like how long we've known each other, how many projects we've started together that just died.
Pretty much all of them.
All of them.
Exactly. And we've finished an entire podcast
For now.
for now.
For now.
For now. We are going to talk
other-
about that in the finale. But until then, whew, I have been the Wash.
I have been Random Bystander here.
And I don't know. You just got it. You just got it.
I got it. But I don't think Random got it.
Good.
Nope.
Okay. Random.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Okay.
Well, and then the random realization.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.